Today, we're going to talk about something that a lot of us have, but maybe don't realize just how much it's costing us. I'm talking about cynicism. You know, that mindset that feels like a smart way to protect yourself from disappointment? Well, what if it's not a shield at all? What if it's actually a kind of poison, slowly but surely damaging your life from the inside out?
I know, that's a pretty heavy question to start with. But here's the thing, a cynical outlook isn't just some quirky personality trait. It has real, measurable, and honestly, kind of devastating effects on just about every part of your life, from your health all the way to your bank account. So, before we get into all the consequences, let's first get on the same page about what cynicism even sounds like in day-to-day life. Let's open up the cynic's playbook. Okay, so at its very core, cynicism is this deep-seated belief that pretty much everyone is just out for themselves. It's that little voice in your head that whispers things like, oh, everyone lies, or dreams are for fools, or love, that's just a chemical reaction. It's basically a filter that strains out all the good stuff and leaves you with only the gritty, negative residue. Here's a perfect example of how the exact same situation can create two totally different realities. So, someone you know succeeds. The cynic's brain instantly jumps to, they probably cheated, or, they just got lucky. But a brighter perspective? It sees that success is proof of what's possible. It's pure inspiration. And this is how cynicism just quietly robs you of simple joy. A gorgeous sunset, right? A moment of potential awe becomes nothing. Just, a mechanical event. The cynic completely misses the beauty that's right there in front of them, totally free for the taking. And what about when someone shares their hope, their ambition with you? Well, cynicism acts like a total hope killer. It just predicts failure. And it loves to pretend it's just being realistic, but really, it's a defense mechanism against potential disappointment. The alternative isn't about being blindly positive. It's about offering genuine support. It's about believing in potential. So, we've seen what cynicism looks like in action. Now let's talk about its massive, and I mean massive, hidden cost. This isn't just about having a glass half empty attitude. No, this is a debt you end up paying with your health, your wealth, and your precious time. This is probably the most important metaphor to get your head around. See, cynicism isn't like a sudden heart attack. It's more like a low-grade poison you take a little sip of every single day. It works so slowly you almost don't notice it, until one day you look around and realize everything is kind of falling apart. Let's start with the most shocking one, your physical health. When your default mental state is everything is bad and everyone is out to get me, your body is in this constant low-grade state of alarm. We're talking chronic stress, which floods your system with cortisol. And that stuff just wreaks havoc on your heart, your immune system, you name it. And the result of that is, well, it's staggering. Studies are showing that a deeply cynical outlook can actually shorten a person's life by an average of 12 years. 12! Just think about that for a second. Over a decade of your life, gone, simply because of a worldview. Okay, next up, let's talk about your finances. If you fundamentally believe that, say, rich people are all thieves or you can't make money honestly, guess what? You will subconsciously torpedo every single opportunity that comes your way. It's impossible to attract something you secretly despise. And the financial hit is huge. I mean, look at this. When you compare people with the exact same skills and opportunities, the cynics consistently earn way, way less. That huge gap, it comes directly from those self-limiting beliefs that are baked right into the cynical mindset. And the poison doesn't stop there, not by a long shot. It seeps into your relationships, creating loneliness because, hey, how can you trust anyone? It destroys your sense of purpose, which leads straight to apathy and burnout. And it just drains your physical energy, making you feel old before your time because there's no joy to refuel your tank. Now, I know, this all sounds incredibly bleak, but here's where the story takes a sharp turn for the better. The solution, the real healing, begins with understanding where cynicism actually comes from. And trust me, it's not what you think. This right here, this is the key. This is the big aha moment. Cynicism isn't a personality flaw. It is not who you are. It's just an old, outdated defense mechanism. It's a shield that a younger version of you picked up to protect themselves from getting hurt. The only problem is, you grew up, but you never put the shield down. And knowing that, well, that changes everything. Because if cynicism is just a learned behavior, that means we can unlearn it. It means we can heal. So let's walk through the antidote, a super practical 6-step plan to do exactly that. So here's the game plan. We're going to start with our mindset, acknowledging where this comes from and retraining our brain. Then we'll move into our actions, interrupting those old patterns and literally releasing the tension from our bodies. And finally, we'll change our environment and our relationship with kindness itself. Let's break it down. Step 1 is all about self-compassion. Seriously, stop beating yourself up for being a cynic. Instead, just acknowledge it for what it is. You can literally say to yourself, "This is just a shield I used to need. I don't need it anymore." This one simple act reframes the entire problem from "the world is a bad place" to "I was once hurt." See the difference? Okay, next up, you have to retrain your brain's filter. A cynical mind is an absolute expert at spotting what's wrong. Your new job is to become an expert at spotting the small, good things. A friendly smile, a really good cup of coffee, that sunset. Write them down, take a picture, whatever works. You are literally building new neural pathways, one beautiful moment at a time. All right, this next one is a powerful little pattern interrupt. The moment an automatic cynical thought pops into your head, like, "Oh, they just got lucky," you catch it. Now, you don't have to believe the opposite right away. Just force yourself to say, out loud if you can, "Cool." That one simple word slams the brakes on the negative thought spiral. This step is completely non-negotiable. Cynicism creates real physical tension. We're talking clenched jaws, tight shoulders, the works. You have to get that stuff out of your body. Dance around your living room, do some yoga, sing at the top of your lungs in the shower, get a massage. When your body finally relaxes, that cynical mindset literally has nowhere left to live. It's gotta go. And finally, you gotta change your inputs and your outputs. Surround yourself with beings that just aren't cynical. Kids, animals, genuinely kind people. Then you need to prove to your own brain that goodness exists by creating it yourself. Do small, anonymous good deeds. This gives your brain hard, undeniable evidence that the world can actually be a good place. And that brings us to the most important takeaway of all. You cannot think your way out of cynicism. You can't logic it away. You have to feel your way out. Real healing comes from relaxing your body and taking small, consistent actions that prove that old, fearful worldview wrong. So, I'm going to leave you with this question. The antidote starts right now with one tiny step. Don't wait. Right after this is over, just look around you and find one genuinely beautiful, kind, or good thing. That's it. That's your first dose of the medicine. So, what's it going to be?